I don't know about you, but sometimes I wake up and I feel completely overwhelmed by life. Sometimes, as I wake up just a couple minutes before I'm getting out of bed, I'm already thinking about what I need to begin doing, and I'm getting a headache from feeling overwhelmed. In those moments, part of what is causing me stress and anxiety is wanting to control the outcome of something that I have even yet to participate in. I feel like a conversation that God often has with me is reminding me of the difference between his role and my role. While I am responsible for faithfulness, I am not responsible for outcomes. While I am responsible to be faithful in the times he allots for things, I am not responsible to be faithful over creating more time in my day to do things. And so as we begin 1 Corinthians 4, Paul teaches about the type of attitude which can relieve anxiety over what we are not responsible for and point us to be faithful over what is our responsibility. So I'm going to read the first 5 verses of 1 Corinthians 4. So then, men ought to regard us as servants of Christ, as those entrusted with the secret things of God. Now, it is required that those who have been given a trust must prove faithful. I care very little if I am judged by you or any human court. Indeed, I don't even judge myself. My conscience is clear, but that does not make me innocent. It is the Lord who judges me. Therefore, judge nothing before the appointed time. Wait till the Lord comes. He will bring to light what is hidden in darkness and will expose the motives of men's hearts. At that time, each will receive his praise from God. So let's just notice and appreciate the humble posture in which Paul starts off with. Amidst the church comparing human leaders, Paul refers to himself as a servant of Christ who has been entrusted with the mysteries of God. Allow that to sink in. As a servant, that reminds us that we are not responsible for outcomes, but for faithfulness towards our master. This is reinforced by the reality that what we do have to offer people, it isn't ours. It is something we've been entrusted with. Now, part of what can compound our anxiety and stress about trying to force and manipulate certain outcomes is a result of what people are going to think of us. So what if this doesn't turn out the way I hoped? What if I don't meet their expectations? And Paul goes on to say that he doesn't even care if he is judged by others. And the type of judgment here is not referring to a biblical form of judgment, but the more along the lines of what others are going to think of him or how he is perceived. At the end of the day, Paul stands or falls by that which his master thinks. He goes on to say, judge nothing before the appointed time. God will expose the motives of the heart. Now, there is something tangible we can attempt to be faithful over. While I may not be able to control every outcome, while I may not be able to control what people think of me, while I may not be able to control if I'm misunderstood by others, while I may not be able to control if I will always meet another's expectations, I can begin to focus on the matter of faithfulness. I can begin to examine the motives behind why I do things. I can begin to pray for God to purify my motives. I can put a greater premium on faithfulness over and above outcomes. And I think when we do that, it greatly reduces our anxiety and stress levels because it puts the impetus upon God to make things happen and for us to be faithful. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Which aspect of life is it going to be healthier for you to focus on being faithful rather than simply a specific outcome?